I can't tell you how much energy that you bring, and how much I know you're just going to make such an incredible impact to Conversica, to the board, to the executive team. So super, super excited.
I'm excited
thank you.
Too. Well, thank you. Thank you for the opportunity. I'm excited too. I mean, I was drawn to Conversica for so many reasons, not the least of which is the executive team, you and Rashmi, and the caliber of people and the board, but also your vision and the history the company has in this incredible space, this AI agents and the intelligent agents, the history you have and the knowledge you have. You're so far ahead of everybody else. And then, of course, you're solving an incredibly important problem in the buyer's journey. I mean, the buyer wants this information, wants to be served well at an early stage, typically early, but even deeper in the funnel. And you're enabling companies to do that at scale. So I think it's really exciting. And you're using fresh new technology that's just now come into its own with AI. I'm just very excited about the opportunity that Conversica has, and for marketers and sales to take advantage of it.
As a CMO, with such a great success, in your past, in your history, our biggest buyer is the CMO. So it's exciting to get your perspective, given that buyer persona is so important. It is neat to hear from you on what you think the CMOs of the world out there are, struggling with, and why Conversica's digital team members, can really help them, and how they work with the rest of the organization, sales specifically. So I really do enjoy that perspective.
Yeah, no, and I think I wish I had something like this in my days at Tableau, because there is that part of the sales cycle, the buying cycle, that you want to deliver a great experience. You want buyers to have the information they need at the time they need it, when they're available, and you can't always provide that. You try to do your best to map the journeys and provide a self-servicey kind of an engagement, but there's people and live interaction that you want to have as well, or you want to be responsive in the moment, and but you can't afford to necessarily put a lot of people on the phone or at chat or on email or what have you. And so your vision to enable companies to be able to be of service in a very personalized, right on the money, right on the target of what that person wants to know and wants to do is very powerful. You spend a lot of money as a CMO getting people to raise their hands, and then you spend a lot of money trying to engage them in great conversation. And I think what Conversica can do is help marketers do that in an affordable, very effective way that's also scalable.
There was like a rapid acceleration for digital transformation, and obviously that meant trying to scale up the number of digital touch points and the digital channels in general, so that you can engage the buyers where they were, right? Or where they are, I should say. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And it just feels like for marketers to do that is a big feat. I mean, it's already hard enough to manage a handful of digital channels, but to go broadly and become omni-channel. And then now look, 2020, we're in the middle of a pandemic.
Yes.
And I think it must only make that much more important and much more of a, accelerated challenge. If you thought you were, already under the gun last year, you must be tremendously under the gun this year, and bringing that sales and marketing team together in the pandemic. Yeah. I mean, again, your perspective on how our intelligent virtual assistants help there.
I belong to this small Seattle CMO networking group, and we've been talking about what a difficult year this has been for so many reasons, not the least of which is an entirely different funnel or a flywheel or journey. The signals are not the same as they were, right? You get these leads in and you really don't have any signals because there's nothing in person happening, really. There's no trade shows. There's no events you're holding that sort of keep advancing. And so you just lost a lot of signal. And so what I like, again, about Conversa is the ability to read signals or to nurture signals and then to be able to see those signals and use those signals as this is an engaged prospect. This is somebody that wants to go further. And so, marketers can use their dollars more effectively because in this sort of weirdly the odd signaled world, you need things that can tell you when somebody's ready to engage and wants to talk and wants to buy or shop or talk to a sales rep. And I think Conversica is a great way to do exactly that, to know that, to read those signals and deliver the right content and keep that person engaged, and make sure that you're progressing forward. So I think CMOs everywhere, are looking for ways to engage and read signals. And I think Conversica has a leg up on how to be able to do that, especially in this sort of new remote work at home, work anywhere you want kind of environment.